Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy. Children, as you all know, we are meeting once again after a very long break. So children, we spent these months in worry, anxiety and pain. Maximum of the people of India had suffered a lot in the previous month. So children, but we were hoping for the best, that this pandemic time will remove soon. So children, let's talk about hope. Hope, a feeling of expectation. What you are expecting for the future, that is called hope. For a particular thing, it means which thing you required, and we are hoping that we will get it. So that is called hope in a very general concept. But if we will talk about in a very literary manner that what is hope, that the definition becomes different, because hope is not a topic, and we should not talk hope in a very concise way, because hope is a very, very vast topic. It is based on the positive attitude. Positive attitude, you are expecting for the future, and you are expecting for the better future, you are expecting for the better health, you are expecting for the better financial situations. So that is called hope. In each and every field, you can find that we are hoping for the best. So children, what is hope? Hope is a feeling of expectation in a very positive attitude or state of mind, because when we are hoping, that is always when we are, it will happen when we are in a positive state of mind. So the connectivity, or you can say the connection between positive attitude and hope will work together. Without positive attitude, we cannot hope for the best future or best thing. Now, I'm going to write on the board a definition of hope, because many psychologists have discussed on this topic, but exact definition they could not able to give. But children, this is a definition about hope. The author, or you can say the psychologist, Gaskin, 2000. So that I'm going to write on the board. So a process of anticipation. A process of anticipation. A process of anticipation that involves the interaction of thinking. Interaction of thinking, acting, feeling and relating. Feeling and relating, and is directed toward a future fulfillment. Toward a future fulfillment. It means completion. So this is fulfillment. Fulfillment that is personally meaningful. That is personally meaningful. Okay, children. This is definition by the Gaskin 2000. Okay, children. So here, for this definition, a process of anticipation that involves the interaction of thinking. It means it is an anticipation that evolves the interaction of thinking, acting, feeling, and relating, and it is direct towards future fulfillment that is personally meaningful. So this is hope is talking about or expecting, or it's a feeling with the positive attitude towards future personally meaningful. It means that this hope is only and only talking about future fulfillment. This is a feeling and this is a state of mind, positive state of mind, which is talking about only and only about future. So children, this is called hope. Now on the basis of hope, at the topic of the hope, I would like to tell you a very short story. So children, let's start. Now I am going to tell you a story on the topic hope. The title of the story is The Little Forest by the Sea. Okay children, so there was once a little village separated from the sea and its great cliffs by a forest. That forest was the village's best defense against the storms and furies of the sea that were so ferocious throughout the region that it was only possible to live where the village was. Yet the forest was constantly in danger because a small group of wicked beings came every night to cut down some of the trees. The villagers could do nothing to stop the felling, so they were forced to constantly plant new trees to replace the fallen ones. After 4 generations, such was life for the tree planters. Parents taught their children how to plant, and the children from a very early age spent all their free time planting new trees. Each family was responsible for replanting a particular area and had been since time immemorial. Failure of any family to do this would have brought the community to ruin. Of course, most of the planted trees were lost due to 1,000 varying reasons, and only a small percentage reached full growth. But so many were planted, and the protective forest managed to maintain its size despite the great storms and the cruel felling of the evil beings. But then there was a great misfortune. One of the families died out due to lack of the descendants, and the area of the forest began losing more trees. There was nothing to be done. The tragedy was inevitable. And in the village, the people prepared to emigrate after so many centuries. Even so, one of the young men refused to abandon the village. "I won't go," he said. "If needed, I'll start a new family that would look after that area, and I myself will go to the work on it from one day or day one. Everyone knew that no one was capable of looking after or replanting areas all on their own hand. As the forest would take some time to thin out, they expected the young man's proposal. Yet, by doing so, they had accepted the greatest revolution ever seen in the village. That young man, loved by all and had no troubles in finding people to help him replant, but those helping hands all came from other areas. And soon his own area wasn't the only one in need of the extra help and more trees. These new areas were helped by other families, and soon no one knew whether they should look after their own area or someone else. So, to simplify things, they just planted trees wherever they were needed. But they were needed in so many areas that villagers began planting even during the night, despite their ancestral fear of the wicked tree cutters. Those nocturnal planting mean the planters came across some of the fellers only to discover that those wicked beings were nothing more than the frightened members of a tribe that hid themselves in the labyrinthine cliff caves during the day. They would surface at night to get some wood and food so they could survive. As soon as these beings got to see how good it was living in a village on the surface, having food and water, to knowing how to plant a trees, they begged to be accepted into the village. Now, with each new light or new night, the village gained more hands to help with the planting, and there were fewer cave dwellers cutting down the trees. Soon the village filled with the grateful night beings who mixed happily among the old families until they became indistinguishable, and so great was their influence that the forest began to expand day after day, year after year, almost unperceptibly. The forest got bigger and bigger, and it provided more and more protection until finally the descendants from that village could live anywhere they like where they want to live. So they lived in the region. And they never would have known that a long time ago. They had their origin in a village protected by a few trees, and they were on the point of disappearing. So children, this is the story about planting a tree, or you can say these are the story which is giving you a dark side, and here the feeling, or you can say the hope for the best. The little forest by the sea. Now here you can see some people, or this young man who started or take a courage to live in that area lonely, and he started to plant tree. And because of this motive, they planted more and more trees. Day and night they planted trees, and that area became more green, and you can say it became flourish. And because of this area is called Little Forest by the Sea. So children, by this story we can see that with hope, with courage, that if you are hoping for the better future, you can work. You should work. You must work for the better future if you are planning for the better thing. So children, this is quite helpful for you, because hope is a thing, or you can say it's not a thing, it's a feeling, it's a, you can say, a positive state of mind, that with the hope you will work and hope for the best. Because if you are hoping for the best thing God will provide you. If you are not hoping, so what happened? If you are hopeless in your work, so what happened? No one can remove that misfortune in your future. So that thing, or you can say that myths are there, the bad luck and the lucky people also, they are having misfortune. So these type of the concept are there in our society. But actually, if we are working hard, if we are hoping for the best, so best thing, the God will provide you. So this is the concept of hope. If you are hoping for the best, if we are doing our best in all fields, whatever teacher has given you to do something, or if you are studying in class 7, so you have to be very particular about your online classes. Why we are conducting these online classes? Because of your better future. Because we are not physically used to meet. That is why we are making this facility, or we are giving you a facility to meet a teacher by these online classes. And your queries and your questions will be asked in that online classes. So that is why we are making, or we are giving these facilities. So children, please, if you are having these type of the opportunity, so you should work on it, because this is the time is precious, as you all know, time and tide wait for none. So time is going on, it is slipping from your hand. If you are not planning for your future, so it is, you are you can say you are in duvidha, or you are not clear that what thing, what field you will be chosen in the future. So work hard, and I must say that hope is a positive attitude. So children, question arises, why hope? Why it is necessary? In recent times, home has become an important aspect of healthcare culture. As we have discussed, the medical model founded the techniques of Hippocrates, implores the physician to maintain hope even in the face of death. So it is essential that health professionals determine their proper role in affirming hope, because they are in a position to either enhance or diminish it. To be effective enhancers of hope, professional must throughout year of practice make a concerted effort to be conscious about hope. So it's a great effort to develop the thought of hope in the patient as well as the common people. So children, that is why hope is important for us. Now children, let's talk about benefits of hope. Today we have discussed meaning of hope and importance of hope, and now we are going to talk about benefits of hope. It means what are the advantages of hope. Hope is so important that it has been described as being essential for existence. It is as important as our existence. It is as strong as our personality. So children, always remember, God has created us to perform our duty. Hope is so important that it has been described as being essential for existence. Yes, children, hope is important for ourselves, our development, our mental health, and for our physical health, as we have discussed in this video. Hope enhances a person's ability to cope with illness by mediating the consequences of stressful situations and by the facilitating the appraisal of event as manageable. So children, it is very important for us to be in a positive attitude while facing problems in our lives. So always remember, children, hope enhances a person's ability to cope with difficult situation, cope up with difficult situation, our exams, our test. So if we are hoping for the best, we will get good results. So always remember, whenever we are weak, we just think about it, because we are the creation of God, and God has given this power to think positive, because no one can help us. Only and only the Almighty will help us in our difficult time, in our difficult condition, in our suffering. Nobody will give hand to come out or to take out from that bad condition or suffering. Only God will make your way to walk in a safe and sound place. So children, these are the benefits of hope. If we are having this hope, this type of hope, this optimistic hope, so we will never and ever defeat, or we always win in all the areas of our lives. So children, always remember, hope is important for us. Now children, here you can see some example of hopeful language. How can we comfort someone with our positive attitude? These are the hopeful language, that is, how can we help? What is the worst possible outcome for this situation? What is the best possible outcome of this situation? Whose example would you follow if you decided to behave in a hopeful manner? So these are the hopeful language, examples of hopeful language, the language of options. So here we should take a thing in a positive and negative manner, and we should we should search the way how to get rid of this problem. So always remember, be hopeful, because all things will become good for you. So children, please use words of possibility, not the words of difficulty. The use of when instead of if. When this difficult time passes, when you find a remedy for this pain. The use of could instead of should. I could try that now. The use of yet instead of but. So children, these are the use of words of possibility. So we just replace when to if, and we should replace could to should, and yet to but. So children, these are few words that we should always remember, and to make our way with full of possibilities and with bright future. So children, before going to end this video, I would like to share few thoughts about hope, or you can say some quotes about hope. Always remember these quotes. These are the very important quotes for us. Hope is the one thing that can help us get through the darkness of time. Children, here you can see, hope is the one thing that can help us to get through the darkness of time. If we are suffering from any worse situation, only hope can help us. Through the hope, we will get rid of these situation, these bad condition in our life. Children, we are moving to the next thought, that is, everything that is done in this world is done by hope. This is written by, or you can say, this is told by Martin Luther. Everything that is done in this world is done by hope. He was one of the optimist reformer of our society, of our world. He reforms. So that is why, because he was hoping for the best, hoping for the better future, that is why he wrote, everything that is done in this world is done by hope. Without hope, we can't do anything. So children, please remember, hope is the most essential thing in our life. Now here, Desmond Tutu told, hope is being able to see that there is a light despite all of the darkness. It means when we are hopeless, when we are sitting in the darkness of worse situation, condition, we are suffering from some disease or some problem. So always remember, there is a light despite all of the darkness, that is only and only hope. Nothing else. Nothing can save us. Only and only hope can save us. Pain is real, but so is hope. Yes, of course, we are living in this society, in this world. Here you can see pain and happiness, everything you will get, because we are human beings. We are having emotion. So here pain is real, but so is hope. So this is very important, or you can see over here, very important quote for us. So children, always remember, pain is real. Reality is that we are human beings. We will suffer. We will have pain. But so is hope. But always keep faith in God. Remember that you are the unique creation of God, and God never leave you. So that is, so pain is real, but so is hope. Now the next quote is, be strong now because things will get better. It might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever. Children, few days back we faced these storms and many of part of our country has faced storms and many casualty was happened. But be strong, we are safe now. Why? Because it's a blessing of God. So be strong now because things will get better. We should always keep hope in our heart, and we should always believe that things will get better. Things will get better means everything will be okay now. So it might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever. So children, the meaning of these two lines are that it can be that we are facing problems and the dark times of our life or dark phase of life, but after that we will get light, or we will get help, or we will get the solution of our problem. So this is called hope. Now children, next quote is, the best view comes after the hardest climb. Yes, of course, when we are climbing over the peak, we can see the best view. While climbing, we will get many worse condition, very difficulties, but after reaching that high point of the cliff, we can see the beautiful surrounding. We can feel the beauty of nature. So that is why it is written, the best view comes after the hardest climb. If you are hard working, if you are good student, obeying all the rules of education, so you will get good marks. So hard work never waste. Hope begins in the dark. The stubborn hope that if you just show up and try to do the right thing, the dawn will come. You don't give up. Annie Lamott had written this. Hope begins in the dark. So children, always remember that hope, that if you just show up and try to do the right thing, the dawn will come. You don't give up. So always remember, don't give up. Be positive, be optimistic all the time. Now, the next quote is, the world breaks everyone, and afterwards, some are strong at the broken places. Yes, of course, the world break everyone, because this is ruthless world, and here we will face the problem. So that is why always remember, be optimistic, be positive in all the times. So children, now we are moving to the next quote. Hope is the one thing that can help us get through the darkness of time. Yes, of course children, this is the best thing to go through this darkest time, and we will get light from the hope. So this is the way we will get success in our life. So children, remember, these are all quotes. These are the very important quotes for you. Learn this when you are facing difficulty in your life. Please remember this. Okay children, so that's all for today.